He's a man who is a 4-time NFL MVP.
Hell yeah.
He's a man that's currently defeating an Achilles surgery faster than any human in the history of Achilles surgeries. He's slinging the pigskin every week, but this week, what's up? Is everything okay? Ladies and gentlemen, host of every single Tuesday, second hour for the last 4 years, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Standing brotherhood. Okay, appreciate that.
Solidarity, guys. Solidarity.
Did you just have one of those laying around or what?
No, we just fashioned this together just now. Just
good.
for you, buddy.
Hey,
Yeah.
have you heard
Looks
about?
good, thanks.
Hey, could you have imagined that Axel would take a third of his cornea out of his eye on a random Sunday, Aaron, as Uncle Aaron over there in the Hawk House?
Listen, injuries that happen at the house, there's always some mystery, some shrouds of mystery around them. So I guess we have to take AJ's word for it on this one. But there could be it could be a bedroom injury. That's all I'm saying.
Whoa.
Oh, didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Been hanging around.
All I know is that all I know is that him and Laura have 4. You say 10, but I believe 4. Maybe it could be more. Beautiful children.
4.
And the spark is still very strong.
Wow, Laura.
And you never know what the actual cause of this injury could be.
Wow.
Blaming it on the kids seems like a real low-hanging fruit.
Wow. I didn't
know.
think about that, Aaron. Jeez Louise. That means Laura's in on blaming Axel.
Yeah.
That's what that would mean, right?
No, let's not bring her into it.
Well,
She can't help it.
That's how that works.
If she's the dominant, if she's the dominant human in the bedroom, she can't help it.
yeah, it's not her fault. It's not her fault. Chopper. All right. Let's move along. I don't know
Good
how we
start. Hot start.
Great start. What is one of the greatest starts of all time? He's recovering from an eye. You're standing in solidarity with him. To return the favor, AJ will also wear those ridiculously large shoes that you're wearing for your Achilles because you two, one eye, one good Achilles. Let's talk about where you're at, what you're talking about to
Melissa Stark?
Melissa Stark, okay. Mid-December was the report during Sunday Night Football. You didn't throw on Sunday because you just weren't feeling it for some reason. Is that the plan? And why didn't you throw? Because those videos, I think, were not only us, but Jets fans are like, yes, feed us more of those. With Devontae on the other side, too, I thought there was a chance maybe, Devontae would happen upon the other end of that. Why didn't you throw? Do we have a setback? Where do we sit in mid-December, the goal? Sorry. A lot there. Go with it however you want.
A lot of questions there.
Yeah, just roll.
If I hadn't seen Devontae the night before, then I probably would have gone out there and maybe seen him and at least thrown him a couple of balls. But Sunday was my off day starting my rehab process, and that's obviously shifted a little bit. We had so it didn't last week Sunday. We had a Monday night game, so I was off Sunday. I flew red eye. So Monday, being able to move around stuff, that was more in the rehab mindset where I'm not just stationary all day. And the previous weeks, I've used kind of my flying day as my off day. So this last week, Saturday, I got a great long session of rehab and then flew up to Vegas, had dinner with Devontae, walked around a little bit, as was noted, a couple fan interactions, and then Sunday was a complete off day. So on the off days, I really want to get myself completely off. Like obviously I'm still walking and pacing the sidelines, but I need at least one day off every single week. So that was planned there, and no setbacks. As far as what I talked to Melissa Stark about, I never said anything definitive. She talked about having a conversation with my amazing doctor. There we go. She talked to my doctor about if it would be insane to try and come back in 3 months, and he responded about the fact that when you bring together a specific type of surgery with a specific patient with the specific amount of stubbornness and desire to get back on the field, then, and obviously playing quarterback, then there's a possibility. But nothing's changed as far as my timeline. We got to be in the mix, and I got to be healthy, and I definitely still want to come back.
That's awesome. Go ahead, AJ.
So you're telling us that there's a chance.
How
When
many?
will that be, though? Can you give us a date? Give us a game.
What the hell is that?
What?
What are you drinking?
You had all that. You
Frothy.
had all that time. You had all that time, and that's
God
the
bless.
question you came up
Oh,
with.
no, it's
that I should give you
journalism.
a specific date.
That's right.
Yeah. Wait, are you okay? Are you walking
Z.
on the beach yet? Do you have the dorsiflexion that you talk about that you need? Can you get on your toes?
Yeah, I'm still doing a lot of different modalities. A lot of modalities every single day. I know you love that, but I haven't.
How heavy is
I
that
haven't
bag
walked
right
on
there?
haven't.
For real. I think that matters.
Is the tequila in that bag 15, 20 ounces worth of stuff in that bag? How heavy is the bag?
Listen, there's 0 tequila in there. There were 0 bongs in there.
Wow.
Oh.
And I don't know what I was. I got a lot. I'm sidetracked now.
What day?
Tequila
AJ wants to know what day.
bongs.
You absolutely just question his journalism talents.
Yeah. Yep.
I think is what you did originally. But there is no set date. Is that accurate? That's an accurate.
No, there's no set date. I mean, it could change. If I have a great week, this week and next week, that could be accelerated. If we are not in it in 3 or 4 weeks, that could take it a different way. But I expect us to be in it, and I expect to come back. So that's about all I can tell you at this point.
Aaron, how bad does this suck? This sucks. This sucks. Only looking at one eye right now with tape covering this one. I couldn't even imagine what our big barbarian jawline friend is experiencing over there.
Have we seen what it looks like yet? I haven't been watching the
It's not
first time.
bad.
Have we
It doesn't
seen
look
it
that
yet?
bad right now.
It doesn't look that bad.
Does it look like
No, it's not
Jack
that bad.
Black?
It's just like it's just dead. Like I can't just
Oh
open
my
it real.
god!
It's not. It's all right. Yeah, it's not that red. It was super red before I got this gel in there, so we're almost 100% probably. Who knows?
Shout out
You
to
look like
Madison.
Jack Black and Shallow Hal, same body type and same eyes.
Yeah.
Remember when he puts the goop in his eyes? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Good guy. though.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Jack Black is a great actor.
In that movie, too, great guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, ends up being a good
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, you get
Right.
not being shallow. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shout out Tony Robbins in that movie
Yeah.
as well.
it.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yep.
That guy's the fake clapper.
Oh, yeah.
Great voice.
Yes.
Great voice.
Fake clapper. He motivates the hell out of people.
Big time.
Speaking of motivating the hell out of people, people are saying because you're coming back so quick that you actually don't have a torn Achilles. Have you heard? That's become an actual talking point, that you didn't actually tear your Achilles. Like, for instance, Megan Rapinoe. Thank you. Yeah, it sucks for us. I'm happy you decided.
I don't
to do
like
this.
that. I don't
Yeah, at all.
like
It was terrible. I was getting dizzy. I was getting like sick to my stomach not being able to see out of one eye. Megan Rapinoe, though, after her last game, she tore her Achilles, I think 6 minutes in or whatever, to her final game. It was a walk-off that she certainly could never prayed for. The whole entire combo, though, she said, I'm calling Aaron Rodgers because I would like to get this thing handled quickly. I would like the recovery to happen quickly. It's happening so fast the way you're doing it that there's people that think it's fake. Has there been a lot of people that have reached out to you, not just like athletes, but other humans? And is Dr. Elitrosh know that this is kind of what people are going to expect now, pretty much how you're healing? You're like setting the tone in the conversation for what an Achilles recovery could look like. That's a lot of pressure, but also pretty insane for some people to imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I have some very interesting thoughts that ESPN would probably try and cut off the broadcast if I started really getting into how I feel about that stuff. But
What could that have been?
Yeah, come on.
yeah.
I couldn't even fathom what
say
that could. I couldn't even fathom. They're talking about your Achilles. We're talking about your Achilles, but maybe not being torn.
The
And people-
same.
You love
Oh, yeah.
conspiracies. What do you mean?
Yeah,
The same people talking about that, it's entertaining the possibility of conspiracy about my Achilles, could not possibly fathom a world in which anything related to this beautiful experimental gene therapy could be, could have any issues with that.
Okay.
Fascinating. Fascinating. Right. So I just went into it. They probably just cut the feed. I don't give a shit.
No, I don't think enough
don't
people
give a
know
shit.
exactly what you're referring to there, but then people will find out, obviously, as we go. But yes, you are now being the
All those
conversation.
big brains out there. Let me just shoot you straight. Like there's not a lot of people that have the unique situation that I was in. I got hurt in the first drive of the season. I don't want to retire. I want to come back. I got the best doctor in the country. My full-time job is rehab. And my mindset from the morning after the surgery, or the injury, before I even got surgery, was I'm going to try and do something that nobody's done before. So I poured my entire energy and research into this. And I mean, I wasn't even a question whether or not I was going to use Neil. It was, all right, what are the best rehab modalities? Where should I rehab? What can I do at home? What can I add to it? And who's done anything in this realm before? So I talked with a number of people who'd torn their Achilles. I listened to what they liked, what worked. The majority of those people, a lot of them athletes, awesome people. And I'm so thankful for the time. They were on different timetables, though. They were thinking, listen, we're going to get this thing back and get back to competition, but not in a rush. And I feel like I want to get back. So I'm more rushed because my time is nearing the end. I don't have as many years left as a Klay Thompson or some of these, amazing athletes who've been hurt, earlier in their career. I want to get back on the field. So my whole goal the entire time is how can I get back on the field? What can I do from a diet standpoint, from a modality standpoint, from a daily rehab standpoint in order to put myself in a position to play as quick as possible. But yeah, it was ruptured. It was fixed by the best doctor in the land. And my entire focus from September 13th has been rehab and get back on the field.
Those modalities have been batting 1,000 apparently from outside looking in with you walking, especially having to walk the entire length of that football field. And then the gentleman, Steve, the dude you tapped on the shoulder, he was wearing your jersey and you said, nice jersey, took a picture with him. He reported that you actually walked off.
Yep.
So as a Jets fan, which I believe he was, when he saw you move, he was like, hey, he's coming back soon. When you do this, every time you do it, I think you give hope to people who either in the future tear their Achilles, and you give hope to Jets fans that you're going to get back on the field this season. Now, you've said it, to get back on the field this season, the boys got to be in it. We just lose a tough one. Okay, that was a tough one against the Raiders. The Raiders having a good time right now. They're smoking cigars. Antonio Pierce is showing up with hydraulics and drop tops. I mean, it is an awesome time to be a Raider. For the Jets, though, seems like it's the same song and dance here. Defense doing its thing, offense not having any success at all. What do you say in those moments? How hands-on are you with the offense when you're back in there? And what are your thoughts about the Jets going forward here? How do we get it fixed?
Yeah, it's tough because we're 9 games in. I think a lot of the issues that we're having are ones that we've had for a lot of the season. We're not being efficient in the red zone, not being opportunistic on third down. We're very low in both those categories. This game, we actually got in the end zone, it looked like twice. Zach got in, got called back. He was out of bounds, which was a millimeter call there, and then we scored a rushing touchdown, called back on a holding, took points off the board, had another reverse called back on a holding that was a first down that put us in good position. We had some other opportunities to score points, I think. So it's a lot of the same things hurting us every week. But you don't get the ball in the end zone, you're not going to win many games. It doesn't matter who's playing defense for you. And our defense has been fantastic. But 4 field goals, 6 points previous week, 13 the previous week, and a win, not good enough. There's a lot of geniuses out there with ideas about how to fix the whole thing. But in actuality, very simple. If you watch the film, you could see where the issues lie, and there's plays to be made. There's opportunities that are out there, and we're just not getting it done.
Yeah, that's, watching it's tough. And I don't watch the film of the Jets. I apologize. I see them live. That's enough for me. But it is like the whole offense, I feel like in Hackett's mind, and this is no shot at any quarterback, let alone Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson gets enough heat already. That BYU throw at the end there, Hail Mary, pretty sweet. But it's like, I feel like Hackett last year thought there was a chance you were going to Denver. You did not. This year thought you were going there. You did not. It's like an interesting, because Hackett's taking it right now, Bub. Hard. Hackett's taking it hard on the shins. You hear that? You see that noise or no?
Yeah, I see it. I won MVP twice in this same offense, so I'm a believer in the offense, and there's a lot of positions you gotta play better.
Yeah.
But it's easy right now to throw it at the usual suspects, Zach and Nathaniel. But there's a lot of positions that need to need to play better.
I appreciate you sticking up for your guys. Obviously, it's not easy for you to have to chit-chat, especially whenever you're not playing, so you can't affect it all. But on the sidelines, there has been some moments with you that people have seen. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Aaron, and a lot of people are saying, too, like, yeah, well, it's pretty easy when Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback in those offenses. But this weekend, obviously, the streak kind of continued where it was all field goals and no touchdowns. And then there was a moment on the broadcast, actually, where they are kind of zoomed in on Hackett. He calls his play. Yeah, here it is. And then it quickly goes right to you because you have the headset on and they want to see what your reaction is to it. How difficult is it to kind of like sit on the sidelines, hear the plays, and then watch kind of the execution be screwed up? And is it tough not to like overcoach, if you will, Zach, and kind of try to overhelp him too much? Because obviously you're one of one and not every single quarterback can do the things that you can do in that offense.
Yeah, Connor, I can't tell what's on your shirt, but I'm guessing it's nice. What do you got going today?
Sea turtles today, Aaron. Second day in a row.
Sea turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Did you wash it, or is it a new shirt?
No, I haven't.
Turtles.
I haven't washed any of these shirts yet.
Oh,
yeah,
hell yeah.
Smart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they shrink. Sometimes they shrink up.
Yeah. Bingo. Exactly. You get it.
Yeah.
Smart.
Smell.
That's fine.
First of all, I don't overcoach Zach. I know what it's like on game day. I don't need a lot of comments on game day. It's less is more. I was mirrored that by Tom Clements way back in the day, where very simple instructions and help on the sidelines, not too much information. There'll be times in the headset where I'll just say, hey, TMI guys, like it's too much information right now. Like let's scale it back. And on the sidelines, I help them, here and there. But it's more very specific. If I see something specific, I'll tell it to them. There's a couple times where I was kind of on the field, walking out there and just remind them a couple things. But for the most part, he's got enough guys in his ear. I don't need to be another voice. I'm helping him. I'm helping some of the other position groups during the game. I'm obviously on the headset. But, it's interesting with the catching the broadcast and then what is actually, going through my mind at some point. There's so many things that happen on there, and there's side conversations while after the headset goes off at 15, the coordinator can't talk to the quarterback. So there's conversation going on between myself and Todd Downing up in the booth or one of the position coaches, possibly even Hackett. We called 34 Wanda on that play. It was 3rd and 2, and they were in a Bronco front. So had 5 down linemen, 1 backer, and we actually had a really good play pre-snap. Now Bob Spillane was the front side of the run, and we just need to be a little bit more vertical on the left side. The 3 technique kind of slanted to the across the guard's face to the A gap. It should have been, a little more vertical by McKay there, and we probably would have a good play. But and that's what happens, 3rd and 2, and you run it, and Bob looks unblocked and makes a tackle, and you're like, oh, it's a shit call, But it comes down to the execution, McKay's been playing incredible. So it's not just, I'm not singling out McKay. I love McKay. Like he's one of my favorite guys in the team. I think he's been, our most consistent lineman this year. Has been playing incredible. But we need all 11 on every play to do their job in order for us to be able to move the sticks and get first downs. And when you're moving the ball and you're converting 3rd down and converting the red zone, the offense looks incredible. When you're struggling in situational football, you're gonna have a hard time winning. And there's, again, not just one culprit. There's been enough blame to go around to a lot of people. And honestly, even though I mentioned McKay, like not much for him. I think he's played pretty damn good, and I'm really proud of him. But we got to play more consistently in every facet. And even if I'm playing quarterback, I'm not going to like every call. And I'm not able to do the whole, like, I can't hear you. What was the call? And I think I should change this one. You got to roll with it. And even if I didn't like that call when I was out there and we have a 6-man box, we got to be able to block that thing up and run Wanda up there for 3 yards and move the sticks and get a first down.
That's hilarious to think about. You telling Zach immediately after hearing it, you don't hear it. You don't hear it, Zach. You don't. That's old school. That's, that's something that it's every mannerism you do on a sideline, though, is going to be documented. Like that is just how it is. So however it gets taken is going to be a storyline. Who knows what was happening when you shook your head there? But I do appreciate the fact that you're talking to everybody on that thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, what the hell's going on over here? What do we got cooking over there? Have you enjoyed it? Maybe become a coach in the future?
No, man, I can't guard my desk. I can't be in the business of guarding desks like that.
Too much time sleeping on couches. The coaching life is a bad one, man.
It's a tough one.
Yeah,
Those guys, those guys grind hard, and many of them will tell you about it too.
They certainly will. Go ahead, AJ.
What do you think? How do teams honestly stay together when you lose? You look at around the league, and the NFL is crazy right now, but obviously things become problems when you lose games. All of a sudden the ball bounces your way, or your kicker makes this kick. We win the game. We don't talk about it. It's kind of swept under the rug. Why is it so hard? I feel like when teams lose, that we just all the little stupid things always come out. And how would you kind of keep a team together?
Well, I think you mentioned it right before we came on, like how ridiculous this league is. I think about in 2012, we played Minnesota in the last game of the season. We're playing for the 2 seed, and they're playing to get in the playoffs. You remember this, age. And Adrian was going for 2,000 yards as well, and he went off and went nuts in the second half. And we were actually, pretty damn good on offense that day. I think we lost a close one, a game in the 30s. Adrian scored late to kind of put it away. If we win that game, Minnesota misses the playoffs, Chicago gets in the playoffs, Lovie Smith doesn't get fired. Who knows what other dominoes happen after that? Obviously, Chicago kind of went into a tailspin minus Lovie. And it wasn't just Lovie. I mean, they ended up getting rid of Brian and Lance and Peanut and kind of everywhere they made that team go. But one kind of game, and a game that we actually, were ahead for a decent amount of it and could have and probably should have won, can change the whole fortunes. Look at last night. I was watching the game at the end there. You have plenty of time. It was a run-on field goal, but Pat, in the first half, that was excellent execution. They threw it right over the ball. They ran off the field quickly. You had the guys coming on, doing the eligible thing. I thought it was a beautiful. Yeah, we got the clip right here. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
right?
beautiful. It's Mayday, NASCAR, Mayday, NASCAR.
Mayday, running off the field. Here comes the offense is supposed to run parallel line of scrimmage. The special teams comes in from the back, and they get it all lined up. Boom, boom, boom. Snap, kick, drills it. Awesome. That was with, I believe, 17 seconds-ish, maybe 18, something like that. The next one was 24 seconds. I have that clip as well. 24 seconds. You have a ton of time.
It's full play clock.
Both sides of the ball. So I couldn't even believe. I felt like that Denver was even too quick on that one. They snapped the ball with 8 seconds left.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw that. Right? They snapped the ball with 8 seconds left, and then he misses it. And what I'm saying is Buffalo had plenty of time to get their guys off the field. Now let's live in an alternate reality, which I like to do those sometimes. So we're living in an alternate reality.
Ayahuasca.
Alternate timeline where they counted up on the field because they had 16 seconds right from the end of the beginning of the play to the kick for somebody out there to count to 11. Maybe didn't count themselves as the 12th, but to count to 10 and then count themselves as the 11th. And get off the field, get the 12th guy off the field, misses a kick. Now Buffalo is what? 6-4, correct? They're 5-4 going in. Now they're 6-4, and now the Broncos are 3-6. So they're looking at the Broncos like, oh, they had a couple wins, but now they're kind of back to being a seller team. Buffalo, hey, we're back on the right track. Huge win, huge second half comeback. That's the narrative. Ken Dorsey, I mean, I've seen it happen before, but do you fire him after a game where you won? Pretty hard to do.
Yeah, probably not.
Now you're 5-5, right? Different narrative for Broncos. They're 4-5, and now we got the 4-5 Jets coming into the 5-5 Buffalo Bills, and game obviously takes on even more meaning. But it goes to show you this league is so fascinating. By one little thing can just change the trajectory of careers, both coaching and player careers. Pretty wild.
Lives, businesses, communities, cities.
What?
I mean, there's so much that is just relying upon minuscule things. You're talking about counting to 11 or whatever. It's like, yeah, they didn't even need to do the NASCAR at the end. That's just a full play clock. That's just like, yeah, play ended. We're going out there. I agree.
Pat, how wild is it that if you really break it down and think about it, and this is, maybe too personal, but there was somebody who was in charge of counting to 11 who is, because I don't know, I'm making a generalization here, but I don't think they're going to fire an offense coordinator after a win. I think that's pretty hard to do, right? There's a guy who's supposed to count to 11 on the teams that is indirectly or directly responsible for Ken Dorsey being fired.
Jeez.
Damn.
this guy's already having a bad day.
I'm just saying that's but that's the reality of our league, and that's why. And let me just wrap this whole answer up. Like, the most important thing, Age, to finish is you got to stick together, because we're literally in this together. One person can have a direct impact on somebody else's job that you don't even think they're related. So it's a wild business, but that's what makes it beautiful.
Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
Got to stay together. Yeah. Now let's stick in Buffalo, though. Speaking of stick together, D-Bud has a question for you.
Yeah, that guy who got Ken Dorsey fired, unfortunately, last guy that was in Josh Allen's helmet. Super athletic quarterback, obviously super talented, can do a lot of special things. And I think sometimes that hurts him, right? You obviously were a quarterback, pretty athletic, but you did a lot of your damage from the pocket, had a lot of answers pre-snap. How do you kind of almost tame Josh Allen's game to where he's doing more of those things from the pocket, getting answers pre-snaps, and not depending so much on his, legs or his superb athletic ability?
Yeah, good question, D-Bud. I don't think there's a easy one word, one line answer to that. Yeah. First, I'm a big fan of Josh. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think he's got all the skill set. He can throw it, he can move, he can run, he can play on time, he can play off schedule. But the great quarterbacks are consistently on time. They can play on time, and then they can do something extra. And there's very few of those guys. But first and foremost, to be a consistent quarterback in the league, you got to play on time. And playing on time means you're throwing the ball in rhythm. And I'm not sure if it's schematic stuff or routes or Josh not seeing it. But then, I think with any quarterback that's trying to get back on track, you have to find rhythm consistency throws where a quarterback can throw one hitch in rhythm to a guy or no hitch throws. And it doesn't all have to be, a quick game where you're just throwing 3-step or left, right in the gun. But you need to find consistent throws on time. And I think, just watching from afar, a lot of their offense over the years has been Josh's incredible ability to scramble around and extend plays, and Diggs and Davis and those other guys working for him. And it's an incredible part of their offense, right? They've won a ton of games doing that. But in the end, it's kind of like basketball, and I made this analogy before. There's great basketball teams who can get out and run and be in transition. But in playoff basketball, it comes down every single year to the half court, right? Who can get stops and who can execute the offense. In the NFL, in some of those big games, and especially in the playoffs, who can execute on time from the pocket. And if you get some of those plays outside, fantastic. But you need to be great and efficient on time in the pocket. And I don't think, and again, I don't think it's a Josh solely issue. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think there's a lot of things going into that. But you got to find ways for quarterbacks to have people open and then get them to throw it on time to increase the efficiency, to increase the confidence. And then anything on top of that is just kind of icing on the cake. That other part can't be the sole offense. It really can't. You got to find ways to throw it on time.
To further your point, I thought about this weekend as I was watching a couple of different 4 boxes.
Sure.
Little teams out there doing my thing on YouTube TV. Teams that get down in the red zone and then just kick a field goal. It's like seemingly get very easy into the red zone, and then they kind of get clamped, and then you find out who's good, I think, right? Is that you said half court for the NBA thing, and then you talked about being able to execute in the pocket. I think like you learn in the red zone, like who's actually good, who's actually creative, who can make the actual throws. It's like who can putt is normally who gets birdies in golf. It's like the red zone is the same exact thing. Am I accurately depicting that, and is that how you see it as well?
100%. Let's just take the red zone. What happens in the red zone? The windows are smaller and everything happens quicker, right? Because there's no field. They don't have to defend. I think D-Butt said this yesterday, maybe. But you don't have to defend some of the deep throws, right? Because you got the back of the end zone, you got the sideline. So you have to play on time in those situations, and it's a touchdown, check down mentality, but it's an efficiency. Like, we were great for years in the red zone. In 2020, we were 80%, which no one's ever done before.
No big deal.
Touchdowns. But what made us great then is that, we called plays and I got the ball out on time, so I was always, better to be early, in in the red zone. Better be late than pregnant for some people, but it's all about throwing the ball in rhythm and on time. And when you're in the red zone, you just can't be late to stuff. So when you have a 3-step concept on one side, a 5-step concept on the other side, a combo footwork concept, you got to be early to the 3-step and be able to react to the 5-step combo on the other side. And there's plays every single week where that can be an issue. And that's what I would, talk about during the weeks with our guys about how the footwork changes on certain plays when you get inside the red zone. And I would say, on the play that we had that Spillane picked off in the game the other night, that is a 3 and 5 combo play. So that should have been probably a left-right, and the ball goes to the flat, or you reset back and throw it back to the other side. And if you miss your footwork, or if you're late
You're pregnant.
Footwork, then that's when the issues come in. So we were great for years because I was early or we were moving. When I was younger and could really move, a lot of our offense was like 1-2 scramble alert, and having Jordy and Randall and Greg Jennings and James Jones and obviously Tay, who could understand the scramble drill, that became a huge part of our offense. But the beginning part, before we even got to that, was, do we have plays where we can throw the ball on time now, where guys are open and you can be in early anticipate stuff. And that's how you be efficient at the quarterback position. That's how you win the situational downs, and that's how you don't create an outrage for your job or your quarterback's job or your coordinator's job to be taken away.
Was that the gold zone?
Gold zone.
We want gold. That was fun. That was Nathaniel Hackett's baby, right? Wasn't that?
Is.
Okay, we still doing a gold zone?
I haven't been in a gold zone meeting in a few weeks, so I'm not sure. But I would assume there's something going on there.
Well, maybe we need you back in the gold zone.
Get in there.
Yeah, that's what we need. Hey, Achilles first. We got to get that thing back.
I'm gonna be back there full time real soon.
Really?
Ooh. Breaking?
No, that's always been the plan. The plan has been once we got to Thanksgiving was to be back there full time. You know how it works. I heard you make a side comment there, DB, but
we got some breaking news.
That feels like that's ticker worthy.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's ticker worthy. You're going back to Thanksgiving.
no, there's not. It's the holiday season, right? You got Thanksgiving, you got my birthday, and you got Christmas coming up.
Of course.
Then you got AJ's birthday. So you got 4 holidays in a row here. New Year's Eve, 5 holidays. Which New Year's Eve is before AJ's birthday. AJ is obviously born on his favorite day.
January 6th, of course. That guy's birthday right over there.
Bit of a dust up.
Yep.
Jack Del Rio.
That guy right there.
I was right here. I was in this attic.
That's not. Hey, listen, I want to let everybody know we were doing this show on January 7th, and we had a lot of questions for this guy.
Yeah,
we want to let you know it was his birthday. We didn't know what he was up to. We had no idea what he was doing. Didn't know that many people were going to show up, I don't think.
No.
I think we need to we have some sleuths, take a picture. This is his going out outfit. There could be some,
that Viking was on the Viking was Speaker of the House. Look to the left, little security guard with sunglasses.
Yeah.
Hold on. Good jawline. Celebrating a birthday. Had a birthday sash on. Yeah. That could have been AJ. We don't know.
Yeah. And as someone who has enjoyed plant medicine from time to time, and that there are certain servers of plant medicine who've been known to be called shamans, I find that term associated with the Viking guy to be,
offensive.
A little disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a vegan too, remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
The shaman was the Viking shaman, Speaker of the House person.
Mm-hmm.
Went to jail as a vegan. They had to figure that one out.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, he said, I'm not eating this. It's like, it's jail food, bub.
Sorry.
That's supposed to be bologna is what I was told when I was in jail. It's supposed to be a fake meat. How's that even a real thing? Interesting. Happy birthday to H.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yep.
Happy you
Coming
gifted that guy a chance to be the Speaker of the House. Let's get back to Sunday Night Football. Ty has a question. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Aaron, when you got hurt, I think most realistic people were like, okay, the outlook on the season changes a little bit for the Jets. And I assume it's because you're there, but you would obviously know being in New York whenever you go back better than we would. But how is it? I mean, you guys are 4-5. Season's obviously not over. Sure, the offense hasn't looked great, but anytime they're talking about New York in general, it's just about how the Jets suck when the Giants are maybe the worst team in the NFL in the last 15 years. Why is that? Do you guys hear any of that, or is that just it doesn't matter either way?
That the Giants suck and they're not talking about it as much? Is that the question?
Well, I just mean, like, why are they? Like, why does no one mention the Giants at all when it comes to, like, New York? They're just talking about how bad you guys are when you're 4-5, and the Giants are getting beat by, like, 35 points every single week.
It's probably, that giant propaganda. They're, they
Bruce.
probably own the media, and they're making sure that nobody's talking about the Giants.
That's you, Bruce.
Yeah.
Hope you're happy, Bruce.
I mean, what a question, Ty.
Yeah, I
Just
wasn't
teeing up the Giants to get destroyed.
I mean, it's
It's a great question.
Aaron's not going to do that, but it is an interesting little thing. Like, when you go to New York, that is, okay, you haven't really got to experience it through a season, but you did experience it for a little bit. Media over there, different than what you had been experiencing? Because remember, whenever you were heading over there, they said, this guy's not going to be able to handle the journalists in New York. This is real media. You only got to experience it a little bit. Now you're watching kind of from outside looking in. Is it different, you think, being a part of a New York team? And what have you noticed about being a part of a New York team, even though you haven't really got to play?
It's a great fan base. They're hungry, for a winning culture and for a winning team, get back to the playoffs. So they're also quick to have some knee-jerk reactions. I think that's the NFL in general, though. It's overreaction every single week. There was a Super Bowl team a few years ago, I believe, that was 7-5 at one point late in the year, won their last 4 and got into the playoffs, went on the road and won a couple games and won a Super Bowl. And they were getting written off. So they always try and write off certain teams, certain points. It just matters if you get hot at the right time and everything comes together. But the fan base is great. I mean, I've met a lot of amazing people. They travel really, really well. Not just Fireman Ed, who was in Vegas, but there are a lot of awesome fans. Like the one that I met in the casino at the ATM, pulling out some money. I literally just walked around the corner and saw this guy in an 8 jersey. So I do that from time to time. You just, hey, nice jersey, I like your jersey, and just keep walking. Most of the time, I have no idea.
Wait a minute, that was
jersey. And then somebody actually, the story was somebody actually was like, "Hey, do you know who that was?" And I appreciate him saying that I was walking faster, like I sped up my walk because, it wasn't intentional. I must have been walking, started striding a little bit, Achilles
posing.
feeling pretty good.
Yeah, posing. You're in Vegas.
But
Pumping that
our media is, it's good. It's good media. It's, I think every media is tough in their own ways. I was with, one media for 18 years, and I don't feel like it ever got like easier. There was, even though there was some friendships and you got to know everybody by name, like it didn't mean that they like started going a little bit easy on you. No, there's always tough questions and always certain people that like to stir it up a little more than others. But I think that's the fun part of it, and it's the opportunity because they would love to, and not just New York media, any media would love to get you on a soundbite that's create a little bit of, little headline. ESPN has like room for 7 words on their main page, right? It doesn't take much to get somebody to click on an article. You just got to give them something that can like fit in that little box there. So, which AJ knows a lot about, but
yeah, he does. Hey-oh.
Yeah.
Shout out to his eyeball, maybe. You know what I mean?
Hey, what do you think about Thanksgiving?
Maybe.
You got any weird theories on that, I bet?
Yeah, they already cooking for it? Is that the plates we're hearing?
No, not cooking for it just yet, but definitely have a turkey. I've learned a lot of facts about turkeys and how smart they are, and some of their pre-mating rituals. Sometimes the male will stand on top of the female for a while, and just kind of a peacock a little bit, even though it's a turkey, but just kind of like in the urban dictionary of peacocking. In a sign of dominance over the female before the mating occurs.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Why are you mansplaining Thanksgiving to me?
What is it? What is this all about? What is this all about? We're saying turkeys a little bit
Toxic
too alpha?
masculinity.
Yeah, what is this right now? What is this all about?
No, I think turkeys are smart animals, and I would try and get as many, free range, antibiotic free turkeys as you can. If you're gonna have turkey, some people like turkey, some people don't. Some people like the lighter meat. Some people like the darker meat.
No, definitely. They give me that turkey leg. I want one of those turkey legs. That's what I'm looking for. Give me that leg. You know what I mean? Then some ham.
Give me the ham.
Stuffing. I know you're not gonna have that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, one of my favorite trophies I ever got was the Golden Gobbler Award from 2009 Thanksgiving game. Very proud of that.
The Golden Gobbler, huh?
Yeah, I gave it to AJ on his birthday, though.
Nice, AJ. You're the Golden Gobbler now. You've been
I feel
gobbling.
like
Got that
nobody's
one. Sorry,
Gobbling
pal.
it all.
This guy got a gold medal in gobbling.
Let's go.
Nobody's gobbled more things than AJ over the years.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
AJ.
Let's go.
Proud of you, buddy.
Hey,
He's a
what's
big
that
chicken,
super
big
frosty
chicken
deal
guy.
he's been drinking all day?
Big chicken guy.
What is that?
Just
What
tell us what it is. Is that helping your Achilles, man? What's in there? We know there's weird stuff in there.
is that the Dolphins?
My morning coffee drinks. There's some coffee. There's some Chinese herbs. There's some
Dry Bomb, what are we putting in there?
The CCP?
They're in San Fran, right north, allegedly.
Look out.
Easy, bro. Easy.
You're the one putting in your coffee. We just want to know what it
You
is.
didn't say China.
Chinese herbs have been around for thousands of years.
Oh, okay. All right. We get it. Yeah, the place has been around for a long time. I get it. We get that. What are you putting in there? How are we getting better? How can I cure my Achilles before it goes anywhere?
There's a lot of great mushrooms as well that are not psychedelic. Those are great too, but a lot of great mushrooms,
They are.
non-psychoactive, that are good for you.
How's that taste? Coffee tastes good?
I love coffee.
We got Chinese herbs, we got mushrooms, and we got coffee in there?
Collagen.
Oh, make your skin go. That's how you look so young all the time. Yeah, I like the collagen. Any protein in there? Get jocked? You trying to get jocked up?
I'm always trying to get jocked, but the protein's later, after the workout, after the rehab and all that. So
We saw you, Tahoe, probably the most jocked you've been. We're kind of pumped for you to be in the most jocked state that you've been in a long time. Are we still there?
well, you saw my trainer, right? He's pretty jacked.
Triple A, super jocked.
Yeah.
Pretty jacked.
Dude, do not get in a wrestling match with that guy. I know how it's going to end.
No matter what.
I don't know if you do. It's a problem.
I mean, him and AJ wrestling down in the sand was
Awesome.
pretty weird.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, you say weird. I mean, it certainly got to that
Would
point.
never wrestle
Awesome,
Triple A
yeah.
for the record. I have too much respect for Triple A to ever wrestle that man.
That guy's all. You still working out, though? We still feel jocked? Like, when you get back, let's say the Achilles gets back, conditioning-wise, cardio-wise, body-wise, how long is it going to take for that to get back?
I'll be fine. I'll be ready.
Love that. On the way out here, Tone has a question for
Yeah,
you.
Aaron, let's get serious and talking about the collagen and looking young. And also, I don't want to eat any turkey that's had any jab in it either, so I'm with you there.
Amen.
Jeez.
You, me, Pat, we like a little wisdom, okay, in our facial hair.
That's right.
You're playing for a head ball coach that does not like any wisdom in his facial hair. And Coach Salah, first off, does he grow that beard in like 3 hours? Does he dye it? And then also, did you happen to get the brand of the stonewashed jeans that Mark Davis was wearing at midfield? Because I think there's quite a few people in this building who are looking to purchase a pair.
Bingo.
Listen, I think if you're,
What are you, 7
Let's
feet
just start-
tall, too,
let's-
by the way? Jeez Louise.
I got my Justin Bieber, Kanye West lifts in, my
Oh, yeah.
my.
De Niro.
But let's just look at the difference. You got Mark there wearing the Stonewash, the old school Raiders, billionaire owner, and you got Woody looking solid, his regular fit. He's got the tennis shoes, but he's got the slacks and the coat, and always a Jets hat. And I don't know if you can see it in this, but he's got his chain as well. So there's different levels of swag. Both these guys have been around the game for a long time. Interesting conversation. I'm sure they were having. I didn't really hear what was going on, but yeah, those are definitely stonewashed jeans.
Nice.
And Mark was having a nice combo there with.
What are they talking about, Johnson & Johnson?
I don't think there was any conversation about Johnson & Johnson products or anything like that. But
tears.
I didn't know if Mark Davis. So tell me.
Yeah.
You know what I
Baby
mean?
shampoo.
Mark Davis, I've never met him. I can't wait to someday. You and him know each other well?
not well. I feel like I know him a little bit just through Devontae, and Devontae likes him. Devontae, really enjoys the conversation with him. Said they can have some really honest conversations, and enjoys like his presence and him being around. And obviously, he's had success. Him and his dad there for a long time, and not a ton of Super Bowls, but They also have there's Vegas is is coming up. The Vegas Golden Knights won championship. The Aces, I think, are back-to-back
Oh,
champs.
so good. The Aces are so good.
Yeah.
You watch this program right now, actually. Shout out to the
So
Aces.
Love you, Aces.
I remember thinking that Vegas. How is Vegas going to be able to have a sports team? When they were talking about it, but now they got not just those three, but the A's are coming, and it felt like there was a lot of Raider fans there at the game, which I was kind of surprised by. I thought it'd be more of a transient game where there'd be more kind of road team fans. But as far as Robert Sala's beard, it's fantastic. He has the ability to have just about every square inch of his face covered by a hair follicle, which AJ and myself and probably Pat as well have never really had that distinction. I did mention to him before the game, just to loosen him up a little bit, that I felt like his color was right on, as far as the black that he chose for his facial hair to paint it in. He responded very quick to that. He was at that time, his speaker was up here, and he put that down really quick and wanted to make sure everybody on the headset knew that he did not dye his facial hair at all.
Okay.
So I'm here to say that according to Mr. Coach Sala, he does not put any product in his beard.
You being a menace on those headphones is awesome to think about. Hey, before we get started, boys, how about Coach Sala's beard today? How about it? That's awesome to think about. Excuse me. We're trying to win a game here, and it's not done.
His justification for that, and I don't want to put him on blast here, was to, but I will, was to pull up his long sleeve real quick and to show me that he had a lot of arm hair that was the exact same color. So I guess that means
that's
First point.
Checks out.
I guess that proves that he didn't put anything in his facial hair, but yeah, he's gifted for sure. That thing is couple day growth, I believe.
Hell yeah, big dog there. He needs to just do it.
Stash it up.
Give us the Tuttles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give us the Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Let's get. Is he wanting to win a Super Bowl or not? That's the question.
Your move.
We can't thank you enough. Go ahead.
Do you have just to finish on hair, because I love this guy. I want to call him out. Do you have can you get some pictures of Dennis Kelly? He was on our sideline. I don't know if the broadcast got him at all, but big Dennis Kelly, who plays, tackle for us, and we play with him in Green Bay. He has incredible long gray hair right now.
See you tomorrow. All right, we just went off ESPN. That was really good.
Perfect.
That was perfect.
Nailed it.
That was perfect. We just absolutely. You ended your sentence right at the time too.
Perfect.
That's journalism. Look at you, big sports analyst on TV, hitting the time.
Oh, so that's why you were trying to give me the exit music there.
Yeah, well, it wasn't exit.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that every time.
All right.
I'm going to do that every time.
Hey, it's 52.
All right, well, and I'm like, wait, one more thing.
It's 52
Let
minutes.
me talk about.
It's 52 minutes is when it is. Yeah, 52.
Let me talk about John Vieira's belly button hair now. That's going to be next week.
Hey, speaking of John, how about Sutcliffe? This guy.
Yeah.
We got sent this. We got sent this tequila to the office. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful.
Looks like a bong. Looks like a bong.
Does.
We got two or three of those.
Turn that thing into one.
It wouldn't be bad, I guess.
Pretty easy, yeah.
And then, yeah. I mean, we could.
With
I
the
thought you'd be old school and just use an apple or something, maybe.
Buddy, I mean, if we want to run through some stuff, Gatorade bottles are fantastic.
Yep.
Water bottles not bad. Apple's fun.
What?
You're like, look at me, Johnny Appleweed. That's a fun one. Gas mask, not bad.
Sure.
Bong Sweet Steamroller, not bad. Cones are awesome. Pre-rolls are fantastic.
Those ones that fill up all the way with the airbag.
Volcano.
There it is.
Yeah, Pat,
Throw those around. Bat those around.
Yeah.
You only eat an apple if you're feeling like a cold's coming on or something.
Yeah, have you heard Jim Harbaugh say that they thought he sounded sick or whatever? And he said that viruses can't penetrate me.
Iron wall.
Here's his exact quote. Jim Harbaugh's starting to win me over. Don't look now. He is batting 1,000. He's saving his best shit for whenever it's getting the most loud. He's been telling stories and giving opinions. Here he is on viruses and what he does to stay healthy.
Yeah, I don't know what I have. Some kind of virus or something. Trainer told me, but I'm not sick. Feel great. Got a tremendous workout in today. Thank you, Coach Sean Lockwood, for that. I'm the iron wall that viruses bash against and shatter. But yeah, something's going on there. But just work it out. Get it worked out. Work it out of the system. Do some more push-ups.
Keep talking.
Eat an apple.
Dog.
I think he said he was immunized right afterward from that entire thing. That wasn't where he stopped, Aaron. I don't know if we're not going to get into it all.
Yeah.
All right, it's not time to just show you Jim Harbaugh videos. This guy's batting 1,000 last 24 hours in front of a microphone. He told a story about his pet chickens and how he used to judge chickens. He told a story about being on Judge Judy and preparing for his court on Friday. This guy is awesome right now, Aaron.
Nervous birds, right? Don't eat the chickens. That's what he used to say. Yeah.
He's come around, though.
Not anymore.
He's come around.
Yeah, persistent.
Do you want to watch the video or not? You got a lot going on in your life. It's about a minute long.
Come on. Put it on. Let's go.
It's needed. Here's Jim Harbaugh talking about chickens and what he used to think versus now.
Yeah, Easter, went to the Tractor Supply, and that's before I think they even shut things down. But with the Tractor Supply, got the chickens, brought them home for Easter, and just little chicks, for kids, and they loved them. They loved those chickens for about a week. The chicks, and then the chicks became teenager chickens, and then became adult chickens, all hens, egg layers. I'm the one who takes care of them, and the respect that I have for chickens. I know there was a time when I said that chicken is a nervous bird. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat meat, but I was dead wrong. I stand corrected. These chickens are low maintenance and high production. They lay an egg every 26, 27 hours, and they need water, they need food, and then I play with them too. I let them out in the yard, and we run around. They're happy to see me. There's times when I'm doing good things for other people, and they're not as happy to see me as my chickens are. So it's good. It's good for my mental health as well. And get fresh eggs every day.
On the left, John.
Oh, yeah.
Highly productive.
This guy's doing stand-up bits in the middle of this whole investigation of him being suspended for the rest of the season. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I like the fact that I just learned a lot about chickens. Not a nervous bird. Actually, some dogs out there. Chickens, Aaron.
Yeah, but you know why, right? You know what? He has no cares in the world. He went down the road last year with multiple teams, and he's just like, now we can say, fuck it. Fuck it. What are you going to do to me? You going to fire me? I'm going to go get a job in the NFL and you know what they're making now in the NFL, like all these coaches, $10 million minimum a year, and it's all guaranteed. It doesn't matter. So good for him. He's reached that point where he's just like in totally zero fucks given mode.
I hope he talks on Friday. I hope he talks on Friday at this court case.
What if he comes out on Friday and goes, you know what? Had a couple rough days with the chickens. One of them, was pecking at his eye. He's got an eye patch on.
Not good.
And he's eating a little leg on camera. Said he just had to make an executive decision. So blasting those chickens.
Yeah, that's where everybody thought he was heading with those chickens, by the way. Whenever he said they're going to, he got like kind of serious. They became teenagers and then
adults.
And then I ate the shit out of it. And they were delicious. I thought that's where he was heading. Instead, the complete opposite way. They're happy to see me. They cluck whenever I get there. It's awesome to think because they brought up his stats yesterday. Schefter brought up his stats. It's like, I think it was Shefty. He was like, you guys text each other yet? You and Shefty?
I haven't heard from him yet.
Okay. Damn. Well, he lost your number. You'd have to text him.
True.
He's got it, and he'll text me, and I'll probably text him back. But which is more than some people get. So he's got to feel good about that. I did text him like, "Hey, lose my number."
You responded, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, some people don't get it. Don't get a response sometimes.
Yeah, some people aren't even told to fuck off. That's awesome.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Shefty, get back in that batter's box.
Hey, shout out, Shefty. Shout out.
Come on, Shefty.
What'd he say?
Take another swing. Take another story. He was talking, I believe, about Harbaugh's win record in the NFL.
70%.
It's like very good. Like he had his time, obviously, went to the Super Bowl, big story, and then he goes to Michigan. It's like, I wonder what the future looks like for Harbaugh in Michigan. If he leaves, too, it's like, this Michigan football team has been built up, man. They are so fucking good. They are so good right now. What becomes next, you never know. What's on the other side of the door? You have no clue. That'd be fascinating, Aaron. Just like every conversation we have with you, pal. When's the book club starting back up?
I think we should maybe do next week. And let me just finish with, can I finish with one thing about coaches? Just a thought of the day.
Oh, Thought of the days. New seg.
Wow. Let's go.
New seg. Thought of the day. Love that. Normally a lot of them. This one is the one. This is the thought du jour, ladies and gentlemen, from Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's easier to be a great coach in college than in the NFL. And I think people like Nick Saban bear that out. Nick is one of the greatest coaches of all time, right? In college. Because in the NFL, great players make great coaches. In college, great coaches can make great players. It's flipped. Now, there's obviously great players in college, but you need great coaches because you see every single year there's certain coaches that get replaced, and a guy like a Jim Harbaugh comes in, or a guy who's really schematically has his shit together comes in and can turn the place around quickly with the same players. NFL, you need great quarterback play and great players. And when you have that, then you have great coaches. And it's the inverse in college. I can promise that. There's very few guys like Jim who's been able to be great in college and great in the pros, because usually it's great coaches go to programs, make them better. NFL, you got to have quarterbacks. You got to have quarterbacks, and you got to have elite talent. And that's what makes great coaches. And there's good coaches who can make players better. But for the most part, look at every great coach. They probably had a great quarterback.
That was a great thought du jour. I'm happy we did that segment. I think you're 100% accurate, too. And Doug Peterson even alluded to it whenever he said the reason why he took the Jacksonville job is because of quarterback. Like a lot of these coaches who have a chance to maybe go to other places, they're like, we all understand we need a quarterback. I think Pete Carroll, another guy, right? I mean, Pete Carroll's another guy who at first, whenever he was in the NFL, didn't have success. Then he goes to college, builds up a program there. Now he's up in Seattle. Obviously, we're seeing him have success. Not easy. You got to deal with adults, too, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, Pete Carroll, was he worried at USC when they were coming after him? No, he already had the biggest contract lined up in the history of the NFL for a coach. He went off to Seattle, made his money, left that place, under sanctions, bowl sanctions and issues. No big deal. He's making, at the time, I think $7 million, $8 million a year. And look at Jim Harbaugh, I think he might have been at Stanford at the time. He saw that going on. He's like, oh, you can do that? Sweet.
There were, earlier in the year, there was reports that, a couple weeks ago, I guess, there was reports that the NFL is not just going to hand a golden parachute to Jim Harbaugh with what has happened in Michigan. I'm like, whoever's reporting that needs to never report anything ever again. We need to find out who said that. Who is the person that said that thinks that some billionaire who wants to win in the NFL is going to be like, Connor Stallions?
Yeah, let's not hire this guy just yet, just to prove a point.
The NFL,
not mess with our higher institutes of learning in at the lower levels. Yeah, fucking right.
The NFL. They would do that for sure. All right, we appreciate the hell out of you. Can't wait for the book club. Good luck on continued success during this recovery. And breaking news, this guy's going to be back in New York near the Thanksgiving. Let's go. That's great news. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, what's on your shirt? What's that say?
Just some lyrics here. And it's basically lyrics about knowing that today's going to be a better day than the previous day. So, I've been trying to positive stuff. It's shirts like this and Cherish the Little Things hats, and this is the same company here that it's called Hygge because it's a slight spelling adjustment on a Danish concept, and the Danish concept is the idea of cherishing all the little things. I've said this on the show before, but I just believe in the positive mindset and speaking things into existence and manifestation, and it helps. Definitely helps. Better to think of things that way than to be bitching about what you don't have, what you wish you had, what you would rather be doing. Because there's a lot of beauty all around us. And what do you always say when you sign off on your break?
Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. Might change your life.
Why? Why is that? Might change your life. Yeah.
It might. You never know. You never know what somebody's going through. You have no idea.
You never know. You never know. Could be that one little thing gets them over the hump. So appreciate you guys.
Hygge?
Hey, Hygge on 3 for the people in Denmark. Hygge. 1, 2, 3. Hygge.
Hygge.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.